3D. Like, I don't know if this kind of toy it's worldwide, but we usually have, at least in my country, some kind of, that's for the late part, some kind of cubes, like for the dice. Like you cut a paper cut and do a kind of dice and then use glue to transform a cube. It's a worldwide this kind of toy. So basically the UV mapping, it's a 2D part of our 3D. It's like we need to unwrap our 3D model and to have this shape. But sure, I am using here a cube as example. But I will show a lot of more examples, and we have something to tell you at the end of this workshop. So basically is our 2D image in 3D. So I have example here. I did using this shape using an add-on. It's called Text Tools. I will drop a link at the end of this workshop with the download and some basic tutorial about it. But I am here to teach the principles of the UV mapping, because add-ons, it's just a complementary stuff for 3D, you know? So like we have a cube. This is my UV for a cube. If you don't know how to see your UV, you can basically go here into UV editing. So like I change everything now, but when you click UV editing, you probably have this kind of screen, right? This kind of UI. So when you press tab, you enter in your edit mode, and in edit mode it will be possible to select the polygons that you want, and then you will see the UV mapping. When you create any primitive in Blender, they already came with UV mapping correctly, right? But when you start to change the form of our object, the UV map will be lost, okay? So yeah, before we start, something that you need to do is some basic, like UV mapping, we use just some tools to do this, but I will keep in mind to use this, like I use this a lot. It's a UV sync selection. So when it's disabled, I need to select my whole object to see what's happening here. When it's enabled, I don't need to select anything. So I can see what is happening in real time, right? So let me show an example, like the 2D image that could be here and how this transform in 3D. So basically it's a kind of thing like this, like the example of the toy of the dice that we did, right? Like when we have this kind of paper cut, with just imagine we should have some, exactly, that's perfect. Plan send us an image in question. So yeah, basically this is a good, really good example about UV mapping. So yeah, just imagine that we have all the dice stuff here, and then we just unwrap it, the 2D image, and then we will have the 3D model as the image that we have, that we want, right? So okay, something cool that we need to know, what does a UV good or not? So let me open a new screen here. I will go through the shader editor and let me create a, okay, shader. I will put checker UV. What do you need to create? We need to create a checker texture, all right? Let's link color and base color. And we can link a mapping. Okay, here I just connect vector and vector, and then what's called the other one? Object info. Sorry, because I usually use the node that I showed on the first workshop. It's called node Wrangle. It's a default from Blender. You just need to came here and just click in active, and basically you just drop the checker texture and press Ctrl T. You will have this everything already done for you. But the texture coordinate I was talking about, and I just should change the generated to the UV. Generated, it's basically generated by Blender algorithm, and UV will be generated like for us, for our UV. Okay. So to see what's happening here, I will go to change for the viewport shading. Okay, it's loading. And as you can see, we have perfect squares here. Let me change these colors to black to see better, and then change the scale. So as you can see, our UV is a kind of perfect. Each square of our check texture need to be square. If they are stretched like this, just let me duplicate this, our texture will not be good. Like our texture will be always stretched. Let me give you some example. Let me just bring some texture here. Give me a second. Okay, we could use the prime sprite. Okay, if I want the palm sprite to be at the front of this picture, like as you can see, the palm sprite I just loaded on my texture section here, and then that's my UV. Like this part is this part on the right side. This is my front side, where is my top side, and then my bottom side. Okay, I will create for this object a new material called palm sprite. And I just need to connect my palm sprite texture. Let me bring it here 1 second. Palm sprite boy, where are you? 1 second, let me. Oh, okay. Where are you, dude? Okay, let's use this one. Just connect my color to the color, and then press Ctrl T, and then connect by UV, and everything will be good. Let me just change this guy to the black guy. That is what I am using. So as you can see, let me grab this, only this face, and bring here, and we can manipulate. Like as you can see, it's a really stretched, right? So if we want the palm guy or whatever, we could do this as frames or anything like this. We could just scale and any kind of stuff, and then rotate, and then we can play with this. But we need to remember, like our square here is too stretched. So we need to work with the UV to not be stretched. So the texture map that we are using needs to be the same size than the frame or whatever, you know. But we, as you can see, basically we just put our 2D image in the 3D. So like if I want this to be just the eyes or something like this, we can do this. Okay. So what I want to say, it's like if we have this something stretched, will not be look good. Okay. This needs to be square. Like we did some kind of stretched here, but to looks really good, we need to be square like this part. This part is perfect. Okay, if you have something stretched or like this, your UV it's not be good, or it's not you didn't end UV here, you know, because when I select it, you can see you just selected only this part, which is not, like we can see here it's a square, right? But here it's just a straight edge. So this, you did it and UV here. So you just select and press U and unwrap. You in the viewer part and unwrap, and then we can play with this. If you want to see the palm boy, just change material. Where is the material? Palm sprite. And then you will be able to select and rotate and do whatever. Okay. So just keep in mind to check your UV always need to be square like this. Okay. So let's move forward. We have the guy here, which is a default body for Nifty Island. Let me put here the checker material, and we will check if the UV are good. So if you can't see like this, okay, it's okay, but I can't see if it's stretched or not, because the squares of the texture it's a kind of big. Just came here in the scale, in the shader tab, and just up the scale. So we would be better to see the UV mapping, right? So our guys here, it's pretty good. or UV on the guy, right? So I will teach you what we use and techniques that we use to have a good UV. Okay, so I will just press U and go here and reset everything. So as you can see, we should have some checker texture here, but we don't have anything because we don't have any UV. It's just a huge, huge square. Okay. Okay, we use, as I told you, we use only simple tools to do this. When we select any kind of, we basically work just using the edge, all right? So just press 2 on your keyboard and start to select the edge. Like, as I told you, it's another way to think about the UV. It's thinking in, 1 second, in a kind of, I don't know the name of this in English. Could someone help? It's a kind of, it's a cow rug.
Cowhide.
Yes, correct. Cowhide. All right. So just like all of this hug or hide, I don't know. The guy basically opened do the UV mapping of a cow. So it's a kind of, you are peeling any kind of animal. It's not like, I don't want to sound aggressive, but when you think about UV, something like this, it's like we cut certain points to have a good stretch of our mesh. You know what I mean? Is that clear enough? So when you have any kind of organic stuff, we need to think to peel it, and the way that will be kind of stretched good, like that fitting a texture. Just imagine this man in to be a rug, you know, basically like this. So let's think about it. Let's select the neck. Okay, I will select some like that polygons here. Okay, and tool number 1, Control E and press here, marking. My hotkey for this is Alt 1. So you will see we will have basically a red line here. This means our cut in the UV, sorry, cut it, but we didn't unwrap this yet. We are just cutting the model right now. Okay, so let me get this part of the, not the column is in Portuguese, the part of the neck, and then I go to the top of the head and just press Alt 1, which is my hotkey to mark scene, and Alt 2, it's my key, my hotkey to unmark scene. Okay, if you press Control E, mark scene, Control E, clear scene, basically is some of the tools that we most use in UV mapping. So let's go ahead. I will cut the arms, okay, just like the loops here. Okay, all the loops to select the, just imagine as a hug, okay, or human height maybe. And I will cut the, I forgot the name of this. Second, spruce or wrist. Yeah, the wrist. And then mark scene. And another thing we need to think about the organic stuff or anything of stuff, we need always to do our cuts in parts that will not be visible, right? So the shoulders will be visible, all the outside part of our arm will be visible, but this part of our arm will not be too visible. Like we will have the arm like this when we are walking. Okay, I'm a good cartoonist, but we always have our arm like this, so you will almost never see the inside part of our arm, right? So we need to do our cut here, and I will show you why on the Sodacan example. Okay, so I will just press Alt 1, and then we have the marks in here, and then the palm of our hand. Just let's think about it, but the best way to cut a palm hand should be at the side here. So just imagine this unwrapped and stretched, so it will be visible more clear, like we'll have the top of the hand and the palm of the hand, right? So let's just do a cut here. I'm just selecting some random spots here between the top and the bottom part of the hand. Okay. So we didn't anything yet. We are just selecting the points to cut this. Okay. Just thinking, I don't know if someone here hunt or something this or do it, because I don't know if it's legal in some of countries that we are. In Brazil, it's kind of illegal, depends of the area that you are. So, but for who do this, just imagine you get a huge pig, savage pig, wild pig, or something like this, and you want to do a kind of hug of this pig. But in this case, it's a human. And yeah, that's a bad example. Flying pig. Yeah, that's a bad example. Forgot this. So yes, I did here at the hand. Let me just get this loop here. Will be better because it's more on the side than the other one. This one's to the upside. Just here, it's more on the side. Okay. So yes, we could do a cut here on our pelvis. It's that way to do this? I think so. And which part of our pelvis will be less visible? Okay, I will do different. I will cut the legs. Okay, let's go for the legs. I will do just one side of the guy. Oh, let's put. So let's get the inside part also, right? So let's just cut inside part because it's the part less visible in the game or whatever. So let's just select with, I'm selecting with control onto this part. I don't know. Let's let the sole of the boot of the foot. I don't know if that's right, but yes. And just select this loop. It's a great loop. Just selecting. As you can see, it's a pretty simple at the beginning. We just need to select everything. And then, okay, I think we are good. Let me just mirror this guy. Don't worry about it because I don't need to do this again. So when I mirror it, I will have the same cuts at the other side, right? So now it's the time to know if our UV are good or not. So select everything, press U, and then unwrap. Just wait some seconds and nice. We have a really nice UV cuts in the arms. Okay, we have the thumb. The thumb's not good because as you can see, our cut here, it's not correctly. Our cut here should be in this part here. Let me just get this. And then, let me just get to the begin. Should be like in this loop, okay? Because it was too, how can I say, it's strange cutting, like here, where we cutted. So these loops will be better that separated half hand and all like this. Like this, it's not correct. We need to do the whole time cuts. Okay, I think that will be good. Like these loops should be better, but no problem. We can do it. Just cut it at the middle and let's again select everything, unwrap it. Okay, it's way better. To square all this part. Doesn't matter the direction that square are going, like if they are up like this, which is correctly, should be, but doesn't matter. It matters, but depends of the material. Like I will explain this on the soda can, but here it's a kind of working, okay, almost an R square. Okay, don't worry about the size right now. The size of the square, like this is small and this is bigger, but it's just a detail for now. That's called the textile density, but something that I could explain in another workshop. Just focus on our UV right now. So as you can see, it's everything square. Okay, looks great. Okay, this part is too much square and should be stretched like this part, and why? It's because, okay, that's it's our part. It's pretty strange, it's pretty stretched. Like we don't have any cut that we could peel it, right? So let's just select this back part and then walk on to, or we could do a cut here, like as a shirt, just like this loop, and mark sharp, mark sin, and on this too, select this, and at the end, and just mark sin. So as you can see, it's a kind of shirt. And actually, we could just duplicate this mesh and use a shirt too. So just like everything, unwrapping. And here we go. It's almost done. This is not working here because, okay, as you can see, it's not looking good for UV. That's the square is small here, and here it's too big. It's way different here. Like just thinking in their head will be always a head or a hair. So you don't need to be worried about this. Just look at the face. So at the face, we could do something different. Like, okay, that's funny. We could just try to, let me think. We could use some brush. Like we have a relax brush here, which is relaxing. So as you can see, when you use a relax brush, this will relax our UV. So here try to find any kind of distortion that we have. So we have some distortion of the mount. So just passing the brush, press F to increase the size, and just press here sometime. And as you can see, it's going better, even. Way better. Okay, better than before. Let's go here and cut at the shoulders. Just select this and cut, and just select here and cut. Select everything, unwrap. And here we are. Okay, we have the back part, and this probably is the front part, right? And this is the back part. We could just do a cut here at the bottom. Okay, we have some polygons here. Select everything again and unwrap. So as you can see, just me bring everything here. We have a nice UV on the body, but at the head's not looking good. Probably it's because I don't separated this correctly. So let me just mark again. Oh, that's probably because I did the mirror, and the mirror just created some issues here. Just let me fix this mesh, okay? 1 second. Let me just give it a, okay. You're good now. Just select everything again and just unwrapping. It's because I did the mirror, and the mirror duplicates some vertex at the center. So this could cause some issues first. Oh, yes, it's way better than before. That was our issues. Look how we have just a slightly difference between some squares here, which means that it's pretty good. Okay, so that's what we basically use for the UV, and the way that we check what the UV looks like. The checker select textures with the mapping node linked on the vector, and then texture coordinate linked with the UV. And we basically use Control E and then mark scene, clear scene, and EU and press unwrap. Basically, we just use this stuff, okay, for the basic UV mapping, okay? So now I will teach you a kind of like, we have a box here, and I will check. Okay, another important thing to keep in mind. Before I start open any kind of UV, just let me press U and reset it. And then start to cut like we did as a boxes when iOS should. And just thinking the paper box that I showed as at the cube at the beginning, select everything, press U, and just press unwrap. If you have this pop-up here, it's because you don't reset your scale. So your scale, it's a kind of weird. And as you can see, your UV will be stretched, right? So what we need to do, press Ctrl A and just reset scale. Okay, I told more about this deeply on the second workshop that we did, I guess. So just select everything again after apply the scale, and then press U and unwrap it. So now we have the cereal box. Okay, let's do a cereal box here. So that's the back part, bottom part, top part. So you can rotate, select everything and rotate. I will rotate on 180 degrees. And what I want to do now is create some kind of stuff, create a content here. Why not? I will just select tab mode, edit mode, and just came here to UV. We will have this export UV layout. So I would did something pretty cool for you. Let me open my Photoshop while this. And let me save this one. I will save just here, desktop. And then let me save as a serial box. Okay, Nifty Island. And something that we need to have in mind, it's like, what is the size that UV we need? So it's just a serial box. We don't have more than 2K texture, okay? 2048 texture. And just press export UV. We can also press all UV, or we are selected the UV. Okay, just press all UVs and export UV layout. And let's create a new object. And I will just drag my serial box here, create a new neuron, and just drop. Okay, so basically we have in Photoshop the same UV layout that we have in Blender, right? So you can use Photoshop, you can use Illustrator, you can use even Paint from the Windows, and then start to create something. So let me grab something here, a brush, and let me create some gradient first. Let's see if you have any preset about Nifty Island. Should be something like this. I don't know. Just an example. I will use this as an example. So I will put a gradient here, and I will start create a new layer. And so this is about creativity. So you just need to think how about your serial box should be. So we can like, okay, Nifty Island, or something like this. Just keep in mind that's the front of your serial box. So this should be our nutrient tab or something like that. So a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of girdle, less protein or something like this. And this should be the back of our cereal box. Let's draw some island here. Why not? That should be a palm. Nice palm. Congratulations. You are, yeah, I think I am back on 30. So we have the sea and then the boat with Charles. Okay, that should be Charles. And then we should be Zach. Okay. I am the worst in the world. So what we could do here to have this in real time updated in Blender, we can just save our PSD, like we put a serial box. We could save in a PSD, which is a Photoshop format. So let me save as it is, but let me remove this layer, which is just a guide for the UV form. Okay, just save as this, and then go to Blender, bring the shader editor, and now I will just create another shader, serial box. Okay, just click it, serial, and then just drop my texture here as a PSD, because as I told you, I want to see this in real time. So, okay, so let me bring here this again and Control T and just connect to the UV. And as you can see, we have everything that I do. Let me bring some hue saturation here, Control U, bring more saturation, and just Control S to save. And then it will be updated in Blender. I just need to reload it then. Just press on Open Image. And as you can see, we have really good serial box here, so you can create anything just using this guide. Like I will put it something like that here, or I don't know, nutrients, or create any kind of stuff here. Just press Ctrl S. Could be any software, doesn't matter, and just update in Blender. As you can see, we will have the nutrients that I did now, this kind of clouds and this kind of effect. So you can create anything, basically create a new texture. Like we did a workshop based on texture in the last month, I guess. So you just need to combine your skills between texture and UV mapping. They are like brothers. They work together. So you can create anything in any software using this workflow, right? So as the last example, I will use this soda can. You will use preferentially this part here, which is the label of our soda can, right? And I will use some projections, like this is a cylindrical, right? So I will just press Ctrl U, not Ctrl U, just U, and we will have see some cube projection, cylindrical projection, sphere projection. Most used is the cylindrical projection. So we select what we need to project, and then at the cylinder, like will be the label, and then just project. So it's pretty stretched here. Like let me put the checker object. So as you can see, it's pretty stretched. So let me do again, U, cylinder project, and just change the polar side and see if this fits. Okay, it doesn't work. So we can just change the direction, like align it to the object. Okay, align it to the object. As you can see, it's I did the UV here, but it's stretched. So what we need to do now? We just need to scale and y-axis. So until to turn this on small square. Here we are. Here we are. So, but you don't see any kind of scene cut here, right? So this means I just cut at the UV on the UV editor, not in the 3D. So what I need to do a cut in our 3D view, just came here in UV, and then seams from Iceland. So he will create a cut for us here. So anytime we just press U and unwrap, they will cut for us, okay? So, but let's keep like this. Look the difference between the cylinder projection, like they fit here, okay? They fit perfectly, line in here. So anything that I finish here, they will start here, okay? So if we just press U and unwrap, look the distortion on this, right? Look how distorted are these. So let's keep as a cylindrical projection, because the cylinder projection fits perfectly the end at the beginning of the new piece of the label, right? So I will just press 8 to hide this piece, and then I can just press unwrap here. We are good in this. It's okay, it's a square. It's a little, oh, it's not too stretched, it's okay. We are good to use this. Then just press 8 again to hide this, because I already did it. And then press, I'm just pressing L to select everything, okay. To select just an element here, just press L. Unwrap here, okay, we are good. Everything is square and perfect. Let me hide this and this. Okay, let me press unwrap. It's not working because we need to do some cut here. Just try to imagine where we need to cut here. If I think we cut this part, will be good. No, because we have this center part here also. Let me cut the center part here. I am just selecting the inner part, and then just pressing Alt 1, which is my hotkey to marks in. Okay. And then just press U and unwrap. Okay, here we go. Okay, it's not good enough because this part, it's okay, I didn't cut here. Let me fix this. I didn't cut here. And then let me try again. Unwrap. Okay. So we are good now. We just need to separate this part too with this part. Okay. Just selecting pressing Ctrl to the next step, and then unwrap again. And okay, here we are. I think we are good now. Okay, probably I will need to cut this guy at some point. We need to think where is more tense point here. Like, I think we could basically cut this and this, and let's see again what we have. Okay, they are perfect now. Okay, this kind of stuff, just trying to imagine a paper cut or just a paper trying to like bend in this way. So it's like kind of possible bend a paper in this way. So just unwrap everything, just thinking everything about a paper. Like, we can't it's bent, right? Let me search. Yeah, I think it's bent. Bent a paper without torn, not torn. 1 second again. Without tear apart, without rip anything. So just think about this, so you will have in mind to do a good UV. So you have a good UV here. It's already good. It's already done. We have everything square. So before we fit everything, like everything of UV need to be inside this square. Okay. And as you can see, there is some parts here, and there is some big square here, and the square small here. So what we need to do to fix this, it's just simple steps. Just select everything, and then UV will go to average island scale. So the average island scale will just fix the size of these malls and squares, mouse and big. They just keep everything aligned. Okay, we have some issues here. Let me see which part is this. Okay, as you can see, this part we didn't any UV, so it's just a huge lost UV island here. So we just need to press U and then unwrap again. So we have this part here. Okay, just let's do anything again. Select everything, press U, and then just go here to average island scale. And then to just pack it to fit here at this square, we just should press UV and pack island. Okay, so this will fix for us our UV at the center of this square, or to the UV editor. But something we need to keep in mind, your RUV doesn't need to be too near each other. So just change our margin like .05, maybe .01 or something like that. Not too near, because this could have some problem when we are painting or something like this. And another thing, I don't like the label in this way, the direction this way. That's an important thing to know, because I think it's better to paint like horizontal way. So what we need to do, it's just, let me just erase this, just rotating 90 degrees, and then just put at the square again, just check if it's not too alt, and we are good. So let me select everything, UV, and just sport layout, and I can sport soda. Same thing that we did for the cereal box, but we are doing for the soda can. And then I can just create a new document and then import my soda can UV layout in any editor image, whatever. So we can start to write anything here, do some birds, do some island, do a really cool, anything we could do too. It's like a soda label. There's a lot on the internet. Let me give you an example. So let me get this one. I will just copy and then paste here. And then I will just fit it on our soda can. Okay, just fit here. It's a good example, right? Okay, just press enter. And then let me save like this. And okay, soda. Just back here in Blender. And then let's create a new material for this soda can. Let me bring my texture here. Okay, just connect to the color and then Control T. So as you can see, we have a perfect label fitting in a soda can, right? And to the other part, like a metal, we could create another material. So we can create a material like metal. And then just select, we could select like, if we have the sync turn active, we could just select here and just press Ctrl L, which select any kind of island of the UV, and then we just assign it metal. We can just push the base color, apply metal, what we have learned in the last section, on the last season, in the last workshop, then push down a little the roughness, and voila, we have a beautiful soda can here, right? But soda cans have a kind of brushed metal, right? Oh, here we go. We could basically just use the same thing that we did in the soda can label to get this one. Okay, let's do it. I will use this as example. Let me get to this one. Okay, there's some watermark here. Let me just copy image and then just go here and just paste. And just let me put this, just reduce a little our opacity, and then just fit it here. It's just an example because I already have I don't know the name of this in English, but I have this modeled on the model, right? So, and then I will just create a mask here and delete everything that we don't want, okay? As I told you, be careful to have the UV near each other because they can have some conflicts, right? So I am just deleting everything that I don't want. I just want the middle of this soda can. I think it's good for now. And then just move back the opacity here. Okay, we have some trouser here. Just delete this. Don't left anything in the other UV island, right? So just press Ctrl S again. And then let me delete the metal. I will just update again here. So as you can see, let me delete this one too. We have a cool metal can here. So we could do this for everything, you know? And yeah, basically it's it about the UV. You just need to think about where to cut the UV. If we are using some objects like soda cans, like cereal box, just think where do people cut this to do a label? Because a label, it's just a straight paper. Nothing comes like in the form of the object or whatever. And if you are thinking in an organic shape, like an animal or humans, just think the places where we could cut without anything, like without to see the bigger cut, you know? So yeah, I think that's a good enough for a basic of the UVs. What do you think, boys?
I think that's great. That was very informative. I was definitely present the entire time.
It's clear enough.
When you rug analogies are great, especially in the crypto realm.
All right, sounds great. All right, so yeah, I hope you enjoy it. It's just the basic stuff. If you have any question or anything, just ping me here on Discord or my Twitter, whatever. I will be always happy to help you. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. So should we talk about these two guys here, Joe and Oliver and Jake? What we are thinking to them?
So yeah, we're gonna have a little challenge. We're gonna give out some more details later, but basically we're gonna be giving away pistols based on a little challenge surrounding the skills you have learned today. Uh,
Yes.
Stay tuned. You will hear something soon.
Yeah, yeah.
There'll
Yeah.
be recording.
Oh yeah, we'll be on our YouTube channel also.
we should take away the recordings. So it's like actual school.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I like that. I like the idea of there being a black market burrito blender workshop video collection.
Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to do something here to give another example. I'm just chilling now, but basically about UV, it's basically it's more simple than you think. That's the male geo. So let me get some photo here. I have this beautiful guy, but it's in low res. I can just put this at the middle of this face.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, we know here are the eyes, right? And then the mouth. We could just fit it to here.
Oh man, final product.
Final product. Let's go. Let me create. Let's
Oh
go.
my god.
I need a better picture, Joe. Come on. I will get some on the Nifty on Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good enough, for example. I will just save it. Joe, let's push this material here to see what we have. New material.
I'm
Joe.
scared.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. And then just connect this. Oh, this. Yeah, we need the real glass.
Oh man. It's uncanny. It's like looking into a mirror.
Yeah.
It's like I have that hat fused to my skull just
Yeah,
in
exactly.
real life.
That's
Oh, this is so funny.
okay. Just create a Joe material, black and reflective. Hell yeah, that's better than I
Yeah, that
thought.
was really fast. I just don't even. We're all gonna get to this point.
Okay,
Skill
you new
point.
avatar. 3 if. 3 if you can meet it.
How about 0.00003? Is that?
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, that's good stuff. Well, you know what? Thank you, Brito.
Thank you,
Appreciate
man.
you coming out doing this for us. We're gonna stay tuned, pay attention. We're gonna be releasing something about a little challenge we got going on um, for UV wrapping. Test your skills. Maybe you'll win a pistol. And we're gonna move into build and chill right now. So if anybody wants to join us, where should we meet up? What island? Yeah, we should probably meet with Kevin. We should have a little you know, little what do you call it? Moment of worship of the Kevin. Should we destroy or do we just do we continue to build him out? Like we could build an interior. Yeah.
Yes. All right, let me post this on my social medias.
Alrighty.
Let me Joe 2.0. All right, boys. Thank you so much. I appreciate the workshop. I hope you enjoy it. And you can ask me any question. I am always here to help all of you.
Heck yeah.
Thank you, sir. Have a great night, everyone. See you later on the next workshop.